the plays we see, were they quirky or were they just boring? Let's start with a new theater we got to go to, brand spanking new, to see Seth Beast and Hirsch's Love Quirks, with a book by Mark Childs in the ins and outs of various relationships experienced by four old college friends who now live together. Chris just found out his fiance was cheating on him with his best friend. All he wants now is to get his grandmother's ring back. Stephanie is a doctor who is in the middle of a very painful divorce. Now they are in the process of who gets what. She is seeing a very bad psychiatrist to help her get through it all. Lily has been in love with Ryan forever and just can't accept the fact that he is gay and not even bi. And Ryan has a tendency to fall for guys after a couple of weeks and drop everything to move in with them. He had just given up his room at the apartment he shares with Steph and Lily to Chris so he could move in with Jerry. When that inevitably doesn't go the way he wants, he moves back, making things even more awkward between the four of them. It almost feels like a Chekhov play with everyone in love with the wrong people. But unlike a Chekhov play, this has some great songs and clever lyrics, and who knows, maybe it will all turn out all right, or will it? The performers were all very personable, and I wanted everyone to be happy. This is a perfect summer show to see. It's escapism with relatable characters and something we've all gone through. Happy Face. And Mark, who saw this back in 2014, also enjoyed it. So this new theater that's called AMT, named after Al Tepper, who figured out he wanted all black and white, he wanted 99 seats. He created the most elegant, classy theater. It's the old Primary Stages Theater and the Ken Davenport Theater and where Musicals Tonight was. So it's on 45th Street between 8th and 9th Avenue. And I got a chance to talk to Kelli McGuire, who heads the Cabaret division, which Jan saw with Adventures in Vegas. So there was a big press conference, and so there was a musical number from An Unbalanced Mind. So we're going to show you all little bits and pieces of that now. Hello, here we are with
Kelli McGuire.
And you are?
I'm the cabaret director at AMT Theater, which is a brand new off-Broadway theater at 354 West 45th Street. And we're very excited to be here and be part of the community.
And you might remember it from Primary Stages, Musicals Tonight, and the Ken Davenport Theater, but they have gussied it up like you would not believe.
We actually came in when it was, for the pandemic, right before the pandemic, it was a tango hall, and it was completely gutted. So they had taken everything out.
Oh, wow.
And it was just basically a big room. And we came in and we're like, you know what, we can work with this. And so it took some moving things around, and yeah, so it's open. We're very excited. We're having off-Broadway musicals, off-Broadway plays, new works, children's theater, lessons, children's camp. I mean, I could go on. And cabaret, I'm the cabaret director.
Yeah, you're responsible. Jan Ewing saw Adventures in Vegas. Oh my God, he absolutely loved it. We loved that show.
That's amazing. Yes, so we are going to be a cabaret space. We're going to have one-person shows, cabaret, and then nights where 3 or 4 singers will come in and sing, and so we're hoping to make it a every week thing, like Sundays at 7.
So for cabaret, I mean, are you going to have people drinking and eating?
Unfortunately,
it's a staged cabaret.
It's a staged cabaret. It is not a 2-drink minimum. We will be able to serve alcohol and beer, but it will be by donation only.
Oh, that's good. That way it's a lot. You're not distracted. You're paying attention better.
So it's more of a cabaret stage space, and we're very excited about it. We think it'll work in this area. There's a lot of cabaret spaces which are amazing.
And we lost a lot of them.
And we lost a few. So we're hoping to kind of bring this in and have a lot of people come and enjoy our theater.
And I just saw Sunday Love Quirks. Which is just the cutest show in the world. It's just such a perfect summer show.
It is. It's a 4-person musical about love and the quirks of love. And then we have an Unbalanced Mind, which is a 5-person musical review.
Which we just saw 3 numbers from.
Yes, and it lasts four more performances, and then it is done. And Our Man Santiago comes in, which is a play from Los Angeles that is amazing.
And you say children's theater, you have Vital Theater coming here, because they were up on 72nd and then they kind of disappeared.
Right.
So I'm glad they're back again.
Vital Theater is coming
We love
for November into December, but AMT currently has a children's division, and we have an artistic director of the children's division. And
what is the age range for the children?
The age range goes from 5 all the way up until 18.
Oh, it's like another ta-da.
It totally is. It is. And we're very excited. Right now we're going through camp, children's summer camp, and my son is involved, and so very excited about that. He'll be 13 in September.
Oh, how lovely.
And he's a good boy.
Well, there's a lot of talented kids out there.
Oh my goodness, yes. We did Shrek Jr. here last month and sold out every performance, and 26 kids on that stage. We have it's a small stage, but we got 26 in, so it's good.
And I was hearing about the whole black and white, but also this, because it's all one row now. There's no aisle in the middle.
There's no aisle in the middle.
Is that where you can put in more seats that way?
Yes, yeah, and the balcony. So we have a 99-seat house. Unfortunately, the way that they could figure it only was this way for 99 seats.
How many were there before?
I think it was 99, but it was an aisle, and they really wanted a proscenium, so it kind of worked out that way.
And this place is great for musicals and plays. I mean, everything is done in this theater. This theater has a history, so it's wonderful. It's been resurrected, and it's back in the state it should be in.
And
that it's launching people for Tony. Oh my God, for Broadway. I mean, it's wonderful.
It's been really great. So, and we're very excited to be here and to be in the neighborhood. And we really want to be like a regional house in the middle of Manhattan, and really get the community involved with the kids and the education. We're going to have acting classes and all kinds of things. So,
well, I mean, you've already got both me and Jan hooked on this place, so you're up and running as far as we're concerned.
Well, thank you so much for having me.
And thank you for doing this.
Excellent.
I soñé for Better Call Saul. I called for advice, and this was his reply. He told me to rely on deny, deny, deny. I asked how I should conduct myself throughout this dreadful ordeal. He said, act demure, oblique, confidently, and answer each question with it wasn't me. I was in Chicago working on a business deal when I heard they found a stolen, filthy Oldsmobile. They were looking for a guy who had no sex appeal. It wasn't me, some other guy. I would never steal a car right off a busy street like a dirty yellow Olds from a taxi fleet. I don't know how my blood got on the driver's seat. It wasn't me, some other guy.
The cop was asking questions that were no big deal, like how your fingerprints got on the steering wheel. But rest assured, buddy, even he didn't squeal. It wasn't him, some other guy. Charlie Luciano and even Al Capone should be living in Miami if they call it high and low. Finest coffees in the nation, Clarence Darrow, know it all. A foxy, crafty rascal is our one and only soul. Yeah. With the judge and jury picked, the trial had just begun, and so he didn't know how long the trial would run. But if the prosecution didn't have a smoking gun, it wasn't me, some other guy.
Meredith Wilson's Music Man is back in town. 76 trombones, yay!
It's directed by Jerry Zach, and the choreography, inventively, is by Warren Carlisle. So Hugh Jackman plays Professor Harold Hill, who goes around pretending to sell instruments and uniforms, takes the money and runs. Well, he encounters Sutton Foster, the local librarian, Marion Peru, and she is a force to be reckoned with. And her mother, Mrs. Peru, is so excited thinking something might happen. And Sutton Foster's younger brother, played by Benjamin Paget Winthrop, is very shy because he doesn't like to talk because he has a lisp. But all these people are affected by Harold Hill in a good way. He also encounters in this Iowa town Schuler Hemsley, who is a former con artist friend of his. And the mayor and his wife are played by Jefferson Mays and Jane Howdyshell, who, I mean, this cast is incredible. And in the Barbershop Quartet, we got Philip Boykin, who we remember from Porgy and Bess, where he played a horrible villain, and he's adorable. Eddie Corbett, Daniel Torres, Nicholas Ward. Oh my God, this was just so much fun. And there's this scene in the library with books flying that is just incredible. And I have never been in such a happy audience in my life. The minute the orchestra started, they started clapping along in rhythm, and they were like screaming through the whole thing and laughing through the whole thing, and everyone just had the best time. It is such a relief from all the misery out there. Go see Music Man.
Yeah, this was an incredible show. I also want to say that I thought that Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster's chemistry was really, really good. I actually liked them together as a couple, because before I saw the show, I had seen the movie recently, and I thought, okay, the music is great. The plot is kind of boring. Who cares about these characters? It's hard carried by how great Harold Hill is, how charismatic he is. But in this show, it felt like the entire ensemble was really good, including Benjamin Paget as Winthrop, Sutton Foster's younger brother. He was really talented. I liked him a lot. So this was a really incredible show. And like my mom said, great music, great choreography. The library dance number was incredible. It was just a great time overall, and a really enthusiastic audience too.
Oh, and I forgot to say also that there were 21 Broadway debuts from the kids and everything in this. And at the Theater World Awards, I was able to catch up with Jefferson Mays, Philip Boykin, and one of the little kids from Music Man that I want to show after this. So yeah, and this was Alfie's first musical when he was 4 years old, right after 9/11. And it just really just made everyone happy then. It's making everyone happy now. It's
great.
Major happy.
Major happy piece, yeah.
So I play Ensemble, and I'm a swing, and understudy for Amaryllis.
Oh, wow. Have you ever gotten to go on?
Yes, I've gone on for a lot of tracks, I think. Let me see. Like maybe 7. I think I've gone on for 7 tracks.
Wow. So what was it like doing Warren Carlisle's choreography? I love his choreography. It's so inventive.
I know, it is so fun to do Warren Carlisle's choreography. Like, the dancing he creates, like the choreography he creates is just so amazing, and it's just so fun to do it. And it's like, wow, I'm doing Warren Carlisle's choreography. It's just like, in the moment, it feels amazing.
And it must have been very difficult. You had to practice a lot because that book scene in the library, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, we had to practice a lot during the book tosses, you know, when we throw the books. That took a lot of work, but we got it eventually.
and it looked so easy. I mean, you couldn't even, it's like Fred Astaire dancing.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on your Theater World Award and your Broadway debut.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be making my Broadway debut.
And it's a Music Man, which is the best musical ever.
Exactly. It feels like a dream.
And I bet you have a lot of kids outside waiting and being so excited to meet you.
Yeah, it's so fun to meet all the fans. I love making the audience happy because they haven't got to be happy like in a while, you know, like to see something like this. So it's so fun to I love to see them smile in the audience, and I always make sure to give them a smile back.
I know, Music Man, it also, it came on right after 9/11 here in New York City,
Yeah.
and it made everyone happy then too. It's a happy musical.
It brings so much joy.
And you do too. Well, congratulations and good luck.
Thank you so much.
Thank you too.
Thank you.
Hello, here we are with
Jefferson Mays,
from
the Music Man.
You get to be the mayor.
I am Harold Hill's not so mighty opposite. Yeah.
And all those kids, the 21.
21 debuts in one show. What an extraordinary legacy to leave behind, our production. But it's amazing. And more than almost half the cast is making its Broadway debut.
And they're all so good, you can't even tell it's a debut because they're seamless.
No, it's weird because I started out in this, I've never worked with kids before, ever. And I always subscribed to the W.C. Fields adage of never get on stage with kids and dogs. And this has completely turned me around. They are so wonderful. They bring, their own considerable talents and discipline, but also infuse it with this sense of joy. The likes of which I don't think I've ever experienced before. And it sort of reminds the adults in the play why we do this, why we came to it in the first place. So it's been a sort of a second childhood for all of us.
And I love it. It's a 76 trombones and 76 Theater World Awards.
That's amazing. I had not made that connection. Wow.
And also, you got Jane Howdyshell as your wife. Oh my God!
Yes, I get to be married to Jane Howdyshell.
You're like you're like the comic Fred Astaire Ginger Rogers.
Yes, that doesn't dance. Yes. The clumsy Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers.
No, you all have great. Especially she has all those wonderful postures, vogues or tableaus.
Yes, right. Oh, indeed, yeah. Yeah, no one strikes a tableau vivant like Jane Howdyshell.
Is she difficult to be married to?
Is she difficult to be married to? Not in the least. It's one of the happiest of my many marriages.
So you don't have to be your own wife in this one?
No, I'm not so terribly alone anymore.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
It's such a wow. Oh, I just got to tell you, when I was there, I've never had this happen before. The minute the orchestra started, the entire audience spontaneously started
clapping. I know. They sounded like they were a bunch of Germans.
And then through the whole thing, they were screaming and yelling.
Yeah,
it was like Carol Channing on
You
Low
get the
Down.
impression that the country needs the Music Man right now, for whatever reason. But everybody knows the songs. They've been listening to the cast album ever since they were children, and so it should practically be a sing-along, I think, sometimes.
My kid, it's his first musical. When he's 4 years old. He's obsessed with it. I took him to it, and he loved it still.
Really?
24 years oold, and he still loves it.
He is the future of the American musical theater. That's wonderful.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And
so good to see you.
Carry on.
Cheers.
Hello, here we are with
Philip Boykin.
So what are you doing nowadays?
Nowadays, I am performing with Hugh Jackman and Sutton Foster in The Music Man.
Oh, that's right. You're in it.
Yes.
You're one of the Barbershop Quartet.
Yes, that.
I forgot about that because I was so shocked that cast is so chock-a-block full of so many people in not just tiny parts, but it's full of royalty.
Yes, there are 49 cast members, and 21 of those are making their Broadway debuts. And I am Olin Britt in the Barbershop Quartet.
My kid saw that first show when he was 4 years old, and the Barbershop Quartet is still his all-time favorite. He saw it again 20 years later, and he loves the Barbershop Quartet. They are brilliant.
It's so much fun. These guys, Nicholas, Daniel, and Eddie Corbett, we have the most fun. We have too much fun up on the stage. It's really, really exciting.
You can tell it. Congratulations on being the happiest musical of the season.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right.
I am so excited. Alex Edelman is back with his hilarious show Just for Us that I saw back in May. It's now at the Greenwich House, and he had me laughing from start to finish. He really knows how to take lemons and make lemonade. He reveled in all the anti-Semitic remarks made to him on Twitter and created an account just for them. Bears should be poked to make them more bearable, but really, can they? He ended up finding out about a white national gathering at an apartment in New York City, and he walked right into the lion's den. Everyone was clueless, except for one suspicious person. He was having a fine old time flirting with this Aryan chick.
In between the gist of the story, he went off on tangents about the royal family, Santa Claus, his brother being an actual Olympian with the Israelis, and my favorite story of Coco, who was devastated when Robin Williams died. That's what made this a cut above just funny rambling. It had heart or empathy, which is a cornerstone of every Jew. It had suspense. What was going to be the outcome when these anti-Semitics discovered that he was Jewish, or would he be able to keep up the pretense? This was the best thing I've seen in a long time. It verified what I always said, and everyone looked askance when I said it. Jews are not white. Since we are not white to those white supremacist Nazi organizations, we can't be vilified and blamed for everything. Believe me, you will thank me for exhorting you to go, just as I thank Cynthia Allen for telling me to go. Beyond Major rolling in the aisles, happy face, it's going on only till September 2nd. I wish I reminded myself to tell you about the sooner because it's brilliant.
Eva and I went to the Irish Rep yesterday afternoon to see Asher Muldoon's new musical, The Butcher Boy. I must say, it's not an easy piece to process. It requires disbelief to be suspended almost immediately, as Frankie Brady, skillfully played yesterday by understudy Dan Mackey, dances into a dark adolescence, which turns out to be a descent into porcine madness.
The Butcher Boy, book, music, and lyrics by Asher Muldoon, based on the novel by Patrick McCabe, is about a 13-year-old boy, Francie, who has a BFF in Joe and thinks his life is grand. But in truth, he has a hot-tempered, out-of-work musician dad, a suicidal mother, and imaginary pigs that tempted to do bad things. It doesn't help when Mrs. Nugent calls his family pigs and makes him feel she has it out for him. He takes it out by bullying her prissy son, Philip. This is a very disturbing play on many levels. In the first act, I didn't care for Francie as he was a mean bully and didn't seem to have any consequences for his many bad choices. But in the second act, when he does have consequences, I felt sorry for him and pitied his lonely existence. This had funny, poignant, and horrifying moments. Much as you'd like to escape in a fantasy world, it doesn't always work.
You know, there were cheerful things and people were laughing and he seemed to have a sense of humor. And then it becomes very, very dark. You know,
need that contrast because it catches you off guard, and that way it has more impact when you kind of finally dawn realization, like, wait a minute, wait. I always refer to Chekhov, but Chekhov has a thing where it's like, you know, it's like funny, and then you realize the tragedy behind the comedy. You know, it's like, and so it's like Wizard of Oz. You reveal the mask behind everything, and it's like it's horrifying.
It's wildly imaginative. It really is the juxtaposition of the pigs on top of the into the mind, which is basically, as far as I could see, which is basically showing the bad parts of his mind that are pulling him into bad acts. You know, and also this is something too we should remember. The Europeans, like the Irish and the Germans, are you know, frequently use animal references when they insult people. I mean, like you're a pig, you're you know,
donkey.
You're a donkey, you're a swine, this sort of thing. We don't do it so much in the United States. So I think for an Irish person, it might be a little easier to understand the juxtaposition of the pigs into the piece, because that's the biggest thing, the biggest problem that you generally have is trying to understand why they're there.
I got it immediately.
Yeah.
The minute Mrs. Nugent, because he sets it up like Mrs. Nugent is the cause of all his problems. So you're thinking, you know, because you're still thinking of his happy home life and everything's going great until she makes the comment, your father's a pig. And that's when it gets into his head like, pig, we're pigs. How dare she call us pigs? We're not pigs. But then the pigs come and say, no, embrace the fact that you're pigs.
Well, a lot of the, you know, and I found this very interesting too, that aside from the almost Brechtian class conscious that powers the narrative, the play is something that takes place in the boy's mind. You know, and there is a great deal of class consciousness in it, because theoretically, the lady that called him a pig, and Philip, her son, who was really, really very fine, very fine performer. They lived on the other side of the tracks. They were obviously the people on the other side of the tracks. and there was no communication between the two sides. You know, the performance was absolutely marvelous. They are so good at the Irish Rep. They just do such a fine job in their productions.
Yeah.
The lighting was just perfect. I mean, everything just snap, snap, snap. The choreography was interesting and bizarre, you know, quite bizarre in lots and lots of ways. But all in all, I liked it a lot, so I'm going to give it a happy face plus.
Give it a major happy face too.
The Green Room 42 hosts weekly movie nights on their outdoor terrace at Yotel. It's the perfect venue for an outdoor movie. I had the privilege of attending a viewing of Mamma Mia. How much more fun can that get? Unwind as you watch a movie for Musical Monday, Throwback Thursday, Family Friendly Friday, Scary Saturday, or Sunday Fun Day. For this experience, you lay down on a beanbag and look out on a great view of the skyline and a projection of your favorite film. You're provided your own over-the-ear headphones, and you really feel transported into the experience of watching a movie. The Green Room 42, in addition to their rooftop movies, offers a variety of other experiences, including drunk Shakespeare, rooftop yoga, and of course, their famous cabaret venue featuring on and off Broadway performers playing to their cabaret room and space. Make sure you check them out at thegreenroom42.venuetix.com or at the Green Room on 42nd and 10th Avenue. It's good, simple fun. I give it a happy face.
So our next show is September 10th, but because MNN is moving from 59th to 38th Street, we have to do this a week in advance. So a lot of our reviews are showing up on the Facebook page that closed already, like Heart, Under Dragon's Tail, and Panic of 29. And the next show, we're going to have talk about the Ride and Los Otros. I was at a press conference for both of them. And I'll be talking about this play called Don't Do This to Us at the Tank, which is basically about somebody going back in time and breaking Jared Kushner's penis to avoid anti-Semitism. And we'll do the Shakespeare in the Park As You Like It. And September 7th, 92nd Street Y, Christine Baranski, Robert, and Michelle King are doing The Good Fight. And if you remember our past co-host who died of liver cancer, Barry Lehman, they're doing a tribute to him and a plaque unveiling at the Actors Temple, 339 West 47th Street, from 5:30 to 6:30, open house, 7:30 reception. We miss our Barry, and we always will.